Full disclosure, everyone said I was dumb when I said Paige wasn't a healer. Now you suddenly don't see Pages try to focus on healing anymore. I'm going to do it for Rem now, but I'm making a video this time, so I have some evidence I was right all along, or at least proof that I actually am dumb. For a second, let's pretend the terrible gun builds for Rem doesn't exist. I don't want to be harsh, but a bunch of Rem's support builds are looking at the character completely wrong, building him as if he's a healer rather than a support, in my humble opinion. Right away, I want to set the bar for what I consider good healing. You need to be as good and as fast as a max dynamo heal. This isn't going to be down to the numbers, so we'll just say you can get at least 2 Abrams in this test, just a tick and a half off of the full bar in 5 seconds. I say at least 2 because every character with good healing always has some form of a group heal. And yeah, I did mess up a little bit with the testing, but I retested it and tried everything again just to make sure I got a good idea of what was happening. This is Rem, with the best items you can buy to boost his healing. This is for 16,000 souls. Rem gets to Dynamo's heal in just 1 second instead of 5, but for 1 person. When you swap to another player, you can't even match Dynamo's healing even after 5 seconds. So right away my thought was, when is a good time to heal as Rem? For Dynamo, there's a lot of opportunities for your team to just disengage and heal for 5 tiny seconds. But for Rem, you're stuck healing 1 person at a time. You can argue Rem's healing keeps you safe and doesn't take your team out of the fight, but you're not going to save anyone with healing this slow. And if you want someone to take time out from a fight, you're losing out on your ability to spam items while possessing a teammate just to heal somebody. I'm not saying the heal is bad, but it's a bonus, not a selling point like some people seem to treat it like it is. This also leads to my issues with healing tempo or even just healing booster, because the most important heal, in my opinion, is that flat burst. That's what you use to save people, that's the biggest heal you get, and it's only affected by spirit power. Buying Boundless boosts the burst to 16.2%, but if I swap tabs and buy healing tempo, it stays at 15%. You're only really buying healing tempo for the move speed and the fire rate bonus, unless you really care about that tiny boost to your regen. But if you're doing that, then why don't you just buy Heroic Aura? That has an increased duration and an increased range because of your abilities. My issue is I see people building for healing like that's a natural option, especially in this meta when everyone and their grannies got anti-heal. You should really build for utility or spirit. The level 3 spirit bonus on your ability does help a little bit, and you can see the Abrams I heal with the final tier gets a bit more health. On top of that, it's a % bonus, so more spirit power means more healing. But now you got a problem. What am I doing? I'm waiting for a regen that isn't really worth it, because now I'm sacrificing the utility of my 2 to act as a healer, where I don't actually get bonuses from healing items. I really feel like that is better spent on a counter item instead of what is effectively a Heroic Aura for twice the price. I could be completely off with this, but with the testing I've done, and I'm not fantastic at testing, the healing reduction does reduce your burst heal, but healing tempo does not negate the healing reduction as advertised. I'm guessing because healing tempo actually doesn't interact with the burst heal to begin with, so it's not included in any calculations. That's the other thing with Rem. You are completely butchered by anti-heal if you try to build him as a healer. Other characters have some means of getting around it, but your whole purpose with Rem is invalidated if you build him as a healer because you can only use his items when you're in your 2. And your items are a Healing Nova that doesn't work, and a Rescue Beam that also doesn't work, and you're probably out of position. When do you encounter anti-heal? During fights. When is your 2 best? During fights. That means you're going to deal with a lot of anti-heal if you try to play as a healer. McGinnis's heal is huge because you can dive back. Dynamo's heal gives him a speed boost. Ivy, you can build her as a healer, you can cheese a ton of healing, and what all these characters have in common is you can do something else while you heal, or in Ivy's case, you can also boost the effectiveness of your heal. Rem can't do any of that, especially if your actives are all healing items. I see it like this. Other characters can do something extra for healing, but for Rem, his healing is the something extra. It's not a focus, it's a bonus. Look, I've been getting a lot of lip for not liking Healing Nova on Rem, and I really see it as a question of what you're actually doing. You can get a boosted range Healing Nova with this too, maybe heal the people in the middle of a fight, but once again, you need to deal with anti-heal. And how badly do you need that extra range when almost every other healing item and support item already boosts your range? Healing Nova, ever since it was nerfed, has always been a tier 2 item priced as a tier 3, which is literally what happened. You can maybe use Rescue Beam for the utility as Rem, if you could somehow find a situation to pull somebody, but you're not using it for the healing, at least not in combat. In the same vein, you're not effectively using Healing Nova either. Even Ivy, with nothing, no items but a Healing Nova and her own abilities, can use it more effectively than a max level Healing Tempo Rem. Rem is really geared towards building Spirit in some way. You don't really need greens because if you're playing support Rem, you're already invincible save for pretty niche cases. How I see it, support Rem is best if instead of buying Healing Tempo, you're getting Heroic Aura and Duration Extender for the same price. And now you're a walking bullet resist aura with a 10-second fire rate and move speed boost. I'm still testing support builds on Rem, but I really expect he'll be another item spam character like Paige is. His gun's worthless, so hopefully gun Rems get bred out of the gene pool. His spirit has a lot of potential, but I really don't think you should treat him like a healer just because he can heal. There's so many asterisks all saying it doesn't actually benefit from healing items. Look, if you really want to heal, buy Echo Shard, put it on your 2, you hit your friends with a double heal burst. That's like 1,000 times safer, smarter, more effective than healing tempo with a 25 bonus that doesn't even affect the burst. If you want to try my build, just search Theta in the build browser. The build ID is 425477. I'll have it in the description and it's all getting polished up right now. Anyway, this has all been an elaborate way of saying, give me the pre-item rework Healing Nova back.